Thank you for joining us for this week's Redline Report, powered by HireMaster. I'm Shasta Jones. On today's episode, we are discussing the petroleum reserve, performance-based pay models, and freight expectations from California. While the United States is dedicated to restoring the strategic petroleum reserve, it has shown there will be no rush to do so despite the recent decline in oil prices. The U.S. is currently around 371 million barrels, the lowest since the 1980s. Special Presidential Coordinator for Global Infrastructure and Energy Security, Amos Hochstein, said in an interview on Bloomberg Television's Balance of Power, quote, "We've seen a decline in oil prices. We're seeing some crunch there. We should take a deep breath and wait and see how this crisis right now impacts the oil and gas industry, production, and what the profile is. So far, prices have come down. We're watching it very closely. We'll continue to watch it over the next several days." End quote. Are you noticing your hiring needs are going outside the realm of drivers lately? If you answered yes to that question, let HireMaster's strategic team help you fill your non-driver positions as well. HireMaster's capabilities range from drivers to mechanics and everything in between. Talk to your HireMaster account rep today to expand your hiring needs. More and more trucking companies are moving to a performance-based pay model to help boost driver retention and recruiting. It is a must to remain competitive in a persistently challenging labor market. Moving to this more modern-based model allows drivers to receive additional pay for achieving high marks on safety and fuel economy. But implementing these incentives in a fair and effective way is only possible through gathering the right information. The latest in cab technologies are providing the detailed, real-time data that managers need for these merit-based pay programs while giving drivers instant feedback and coaching to improve their performance and bonus takeaway. Darren Demchuk, Vice President of Fleet Solutions at technology vendor Platform Science, stated in a recent Transport Topics article, quote, "Things are really pushing toward modifying the pay model to be more encompassing of the realities that the driver faces." End quote. Trucking companies want drivers to know that these technologies are not being used in a negative way to see what the driver is doing wrong, but more so to identify the things the drivers are doing so well and incentivize the driver on a job well done. The recent amount of rainfall in California will affect the typical harvesting schedule this year. While some crops will be gathered later than expected, others will be very slim. The massive flooding is preventing workers from harvesting lettuce, strawberries, tomatoes, and other plants right now. These lower freight expectations are not the best news for the trucking industry. Truckers view late spring and early summer as some of the best times of the year for freight volumes. But that is not the case right now, which means the industry may see seasonal freight pick up later than normal this year. On a positive note, some California crops may benefit from this flooding. Year-round crops like nuts can sustain and even flourish in high water. Mitch Mazzaro, Director of Temperature-Controlled Shipments at Austin, Texas, stated in a recent FreightWaves article, quote, "We need this sort of injection of volumes into the marketplace. We need to keep drivers busy. We need to be able to offer these loads to them. We need to be able to get their wheels turning." End quote. The Mid-America Trucking Show in Louisville is coming up this week. Whether you're a company needing help in your hiring needs or an individual looking for a new opportunity, HireMaster gets you the hires you need and gets you hired. Stop by booth number 67072 to talk to the HireMaster crew for all of your driver, mechanic, and technician needs. Thank you for joining us for this week's Redline Report. I'm Shasta Jones. Be sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel to catch each episode of the Redline Report, powered by HireMaster. See you next week.